The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him.
He's trying to confuse the people that work at YouTube that you report this stuff to. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to confuse people that don't know anything about me. So let me show you what's going on here. Okay? This is me. This is my stream, not his. He types his name up here and then puts Sifu live stream here. This is him playing Diablo. This is my stream up here. And then he puts my entire family down here. This is my dad, this is me, this is my brother. And then again, he has just like a friend of mine over here too that he just stole this picture and stalked off of some social media site. and he typed his name here. He's putting the relationship here so that you know what it is. Again, he's trying to confuse people that you would report this to at YouTube into thinking, like, what's wrong with this? You know, like, essentially he's putting these things out of context so they don't understand. Again, what he's doing is he's putting data here for scammers to use and to collect so that they can steal people's identities. He's putting it all in one place so that they can see it, okay? This entire fucking channel is dedicated to putting in all of my info and stalking anybody that has known me, does know me, or anything like that on his fucking YouTube page. And again, I've reported it countless times to YouTube. They're sitting here ignoring, trying to pretend like I didn't do it. I sent them an entire email. You know, I can literally, I'll literally show it to you if you want. I sent them an entire fucking email. You know, this lady got back to me about a bunch of other things and then conveniently ignored this part of it. Conveniently ignored every single part of it where I was talking about this stalker on fucking YouTube. So again, I'm going to continue reporting. I've already reported it to 2 other fucking people at YouTube. People at YouTube are just going to start finding out that YouTube's doing this and letting this stalker take information, data mine it from Google, because Google puts your address on there, because that's what's happening. My address is nowhere to be found except randomly it's just on fucking Google for no reason at all. So again, I'm just going to keep talking about this and keep showing the fact that YouTube is just literally ignoring this. And again, I have contacted the police multiple times. They are confused why YouTube isn't literally removing this guy that's very clearly causing a real danger to people's information. He's literally endlessly doxing my address in my chat if I have an open chat. And I already fucking showed you that he sits in here and makes alts specifically for the purpose to get people to think, oh, I just need to drive faster or something like that. Leaves that comment, leaves that, and then likes it like 8 times on an alt to get you to think that other people think this way. He's playing mind games. He's brainwashing. He's stalking. He is manipulating people. And he is doing it to defamate character. Okay? I can easily fucking prove this. This shit is so goddamn fucking obvious. Okay? This is literally an entire goddamn channel dedicated to fucking stalking my family and sharing their information and thumbnails. What the fuck is wrong with you, YouTube? You're literally full of fucking dumbasses? Do you not understand? Do you not understand that any scammer could just literally, it's all right here in one place for the scammers? And he's doing it. And again, I already fucking explained to you. I literally already explained to you through what we were just talking about. That, you know, through this bot, you fucking can't sit here on alts. Like, this is ridiculous. So here again, douchebag again. This account was made literally today just to post this, talking specifically about, oh, you're doing it to yourself, sub-only chat, even though, again, we can prove that we have regulars that come into the sub-only chat. And again, you're doing it to yourself, oh, sub-only chat, and he's doing that. He's the one I have the sub-only chat for, because he's the one doing this shit, doxing my address the instant that the chat is open. And again, for the fucking morons that can't follow 1 + 2 = 3, again, here's the fucking channel right there. This is the guy that was in chat telling me to drive faster earlier. Remember the guy's like, why don't you just drive faster? This is the guy that was in chat, and it's just him. He made this account yesterday, sorry, and again, literally just used it for that. And this is what it's been doing with it. Conveniently all around the same time, this other guy, again, is doing that. And again, we see evidence on his channel of him doing these things. Where, again, you go to his channel, you search his name, and the three streams that come up is my dad's picture. And again, like all these other fucking people that should never, ever be associated to him, is literally ridiculous. And again, we have examples here where he very clearly has alternate accounts. Okay, so like, look at this. This person right here, Nate has told me he misses Alex. So again, this is people talking about my family. They don't know my family. My family's right there. Nate has told me he misses Alex. Okay, no he didn't, because again, I saw my dad literally fucking yesterday. So, again, this is to find out information. That's all this is. And this piece of shit is in here again. What? Actually talking about my family, making accounts to talk about my family when he's stalking them, doxing them, he's using my real name? And then now he's embarrassing 365. He's saying Alex did a car stream. He drinking his green slushy. 365, as usual, was all up in Alex's grill, mad crushing. So he's trying to make 365 into a gay man. He's literally like using this to say to basically say he's gay and crushing and stuff. And again, this is what he's doing to content creators. He has an entire channel dedicated to this. And again, this is defamation of character. You easily just sue YouTube for this. Easily. Not only that, it's dangerous. It's embarrassing to many people. Instead, I don't give a shit. I'm the streamer. The point is the other people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you that you think this is okay? What the fuck is wrong with you that you would actually think that this is okay? Stalking somebody's family on Google, taking their address, stealing their address, posting it here on YouTube. And again, it shouldn't be on Google to begin with, but here he is stealing the information from Google, posting it here, and YouTube is not even removing it. Basically showing you that he's stealing the information from Google. They're basically confirming that Google had all this information right there for him to find, and they're not removing this guy. These are some stupid fucking lawyers. Yep, these are some really, really stupid fucking lawyers. Yep. Yeah. I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of, press. I can say whatever the fuck I want. And people know that you make enemies as a streamer. Everybody fucking knows this. So, it's very clear that this piece of shit is doing that for my enemies, because he has decided already that he was my enemy. He decided that. So, again, I have no option to ignore such an individual. When, again, constantly he is very clearly ruining the dynamic. I say the concurrents are capped. Yeah, because he's doing it. He'll come in with his little goddamn fucking viewbot alts. Sitting in there and he knows he causes a problem. He sits in here and he knows how to cause those problems. He sits in here and we, like, conveniently, right when he's in here, conveniently we get all these goddamn warning messages and fucking bit rates shifting around all over the goddamn place. Conveniently when he is in the stream. Conveniently. When we know he is watching. We've seen it. We've all seen it. We've all seen him in here doxing. And I'm talking about this, conveniently talking about that. And the bit rate is shifting around way worse than it ever did. We're showing you the live control room panel. There's clearly a bug. He uploads a bug into the system. And now, after this lady, would have all this information, and he knows that I'm messaging them, clearly he clears this bug out. Clearly, there's no bug anymore. Clearly, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my bitrate stopped shifting around all over the fucking place. Because again, as I always goddamn said, he just modifies what he's doing based on what I do. And you're fucking stupid if you don't see 1 + 2 is 3. You're stupid if you don't know why this is bad. You're dumb. Sorry. You're dumb. That's it. There's nothing else to say. If you don't understand why that's bad, that's all I have to say about that, because again, you can't understand some basic facts about why having somebody's information, all their family and all this private information typed into the fucking goddamn stream, and some stalker is like finding all your info on Google and sitting here watching the streams with all your family members overlaid on the stream. Everybody's talking about my real name and defamating in chat, talking about like how supposedly my dad misses me and shit like that, and he knows his name. And again, remember, my dad just lives here, so again, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So, like, again, this is literally just stupid fucking bullshit. And this Trent Briggs person is the same person that tried to add me on Facebook. Yep, that's the same person that when this stalker was doxing my information, this piece of shit looked me up and tried to add me on Facebook. Fuck is the matter with you? Like, just respect people. There's nothing respectful about any of this. Your respect is earned. All these people come on here and act like fucking pieces of shit douchebags and expect respect. Oh, fuck you. This is so disrespectful in the every sense of the word. Fuck are you doing? You have no respect for your elders. You have no respect for anything, for people. People's privacy. You have zero respect for privacy. And I'll dare say YouTube does too. YouTube has zero respect for privacy. Apparently Google does too, because that's where he's getting it from.
Or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the outs that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him.
He's saying with Sifu. I'm not with him. I didn't give him permission.
The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him.
YouTube is hiding the live chat replay from the last stream. I can't enable it, so I can show you what he did.
The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. Just like all the alts that he uses to dox and type my address and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him. The same stalker that's doxing my entire family and my address in my chat every time I have my chat open is also the one making these alternate accounts to post comments about my chat not being open. Then he likes it with a bunch of alts to make you think that somehow that many people actually liked his comment. These accounts are usually made that day or very recent and have no content on the channel. just like all the outs that he uses to dox and type my address, and my full name in my chat every time it's open. He knows YouTube will just lie and restrict the stream instead of deleting him.
Why does YouTube have a message that's tied to my mic? This is something that's disastrous, and this is how they are using this is how they're doing certain things. Why the fuck do you have a message that shows up that's tied to my mic? Why? And look, you can clearly see as I start fucking talking again, it goes back to an excellent connection. Why is that audio thing tied to my mic? That's fucking data, you dumbasses, you stupid YouTube. Stupid YouTube. Stupid YouTube. Why do you have messages tied to like your mic and why do you do this? This is data. This is how people are fucking with your shit. Hey 365. This is how it's happening. You have a freaking error message tied to whether or not I do. Yeah, I turn off my mic, I mute my mic, and I get an error message saying the audio stream bitrate is 0. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you have error messages tied to... That is dumb. What do I give a shit? Nobody cares. You have a fucking audio slider for that in my stream software. Why do you have that there? Why? You know, this is what he's doing, right? I've explained this 100, maybe 1,000 times. This is what he's doing. He's using these messages and these stupid things and causing them to occur over and over and over and over. And it's fucking causing the shit to mess up with the stream. It's fucking screwing things up. He's just doing this. So, I don't know if you heard me. I said, hey, 365. I said, hey. But yeah, he was talking about you, man. He was talking about you. Did you know that? I didn't even know that. He was talking about you. Like, basically, like, this is the point, like, you have to rationalize he's enabling people to do this and use what he's doing against me and you and anybody else, you know, you know, doesn't just hate me or dislike me or you know, jump on the bandwagon. That's the point. That's obviously what this is. And, oh, you just woke up? Oh, it's a Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, so... Sorry, I'm coming down with something. Basically, what we're talking about here is that, you know, he comes in chat now, like, on alts, pretending to be other people now, trying to, like... you know, push some sort of, like, this is why, like, it's dangerous to my dynamic. Like, he's pretending to be other people and adapting, like, characters and pretending to be, like, again, like, he came in earlier and, like, started to try to start this dynamic of me driving faster and stuff. When, like, the point is I was trying to, you know that, like, I'm just trying to spread, like, awareness of the fact that it's a problem for people to just, like, come up behind somebody in a car and just like try to press them to drive faster, you know, like you just slow down and match speed, like come on, man. And so like of course he's gonna use that as he normally does because this is that type of thinking. He knows it, And that's the point. Like, he actually doesn't think that way, but he's a criminal, so like he's using that, essentially to do this. He came in my chat before a long time ago. Back when he used to, like I said, be just a viewer before I blocked him and he started turning into a troll. He used to say things against Trump and against people like that. But that was, of course, when it fit the narrative to be nice to me on my channel. So, anyway, we're talking about how, I don't know if you're still there. Let me just, if you want to see this. It wasn't him exactly. It was, it wasn't him exactly. It was, a commenter on his page. And I don't remember which stream it was now. I don't think, actually. I don't remember which stream it was now. Which one was it? Yeah, like, there was a comment basically, like, calling you gay. Yeah, like, he's... So here we go. Here's a perfect example. This isn't the comment with you 365, but this is like what we're talking about. So here we have a stream again where, of course, if you scroll up, like, again, my whole family's here on the stream. He's playing a game while watching my stream, which, of course, like, that's why the bitrate shifts around, because he's sitting there fucking watching my stream live. And again, like, that causes a problem. He fucking knows that. If he's streaming and watching my stream, that causes a fucking problem, and he fucking knows that. So, like, of course, YouTube just shifts the fucking bitrate around and shit like that. And so, again, he's streaming with my entire family here on his stream, with me at the top. That's me at the top. And again, he just has all these comments down here, where, he's talking about my brother. Like, this dude that came in chat. This is the dude that came in my chat several times and talked about my dad and made threats. This one right here, the Clark Montgomery. This person came in my chat several times, made threats. And he's clearly typing for him to make false accusations. And again, he's typing my brother's name here. Here's another one typing my name. Here's one talking about whether or not I had a girlfriend before. So again, like, this is to look a certain way. This is obviously to make me look bad. And again, you click on these. This account was made 2 months ago. Like, you can clearly see these aren't people, like, with their real accounts. Like, again, these are people that are afraid. Like, if they were real people, these are just people that are afraid to say anything on their real accounts, so they're just acting like trolls. Or, again, it's probably just no sleep with a shitload of alts. Again, this one was made 2 months ago. And again, all his comments, recent comments on this channel, like, you can see, like, he's made comments before. And again, this one was made a week ago. This one was made only 3 months ago. And again, like, you go to the channel and there's nothing on it. And it's somebody's real name. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what he's doing. And he likes his own streams that many times. Like, he doesn't actually get that many likes. He has about 30 alts. So instead of liking it the same amount of times or anything, he's picked up on the fact that that'll look obvious, so he likes it at, like, a different amount of time. Like, he's learned all these things that I have taught to people essentially that you need to look out for is essentially like when the numbers are starting to look too specific, look really organized and stuff like that. Somebody's obviously screwing with you, and so like they should look different and stuff. That's the point. I started proving he was screwing with my numbers, all while his numbers look look right, because again he's making 30, maybe even more alts to sit here and like his own stuff. The part of the reason I know that is all around doing this. There was no negativity on the channel originally or anything like that, and then conveniently around dealing with him, I used to get like 7 or 8 dislikes on a stream, and again we would see a 100% like ratio. We would typically never get any dislikes or anything like that. We'd see 100% like ratio. And then conveniently around this guy, blocking this guy, like the stuff he caused, we started to see like 7, 8 plus alt dislikes and stuff like that, where it's very obvious to see who's causing that, who's getting upset. Like essentially he cannot handle his emotions, and he is seeking out others and harming them because of how he feels about me. That's it. And YouTube's letting him do it. This is harmful to these people. Let me see if I can find... I don't know if you're still here, 365. Oh, I see it, bud. Sorry. Let me see if I can find... Hold on. I'm gonna switch this back. I'm gonna try to find the comment that I was telling you about. He might have deleted it by now because he was talking about it, but maybe not. See, alright, so now here's where I got him. Like, and then 3 people liked it. This is when you know like, this is the point. They're trying to, they want to cancel. They want to cancel somebody. This is when, like, obviously you know that. Like, obviously. Literally right there. Why doesn't he just stop streaming? Problem solved. Why doesn't he just stop streaming? Problem solved. And then 3 people like it. So, like, when you can see that that's what they're after, and they're trying to do this with the channel. See? Why doesn't he just stop streaming? Problem solved. And then 3 likes. He literally kicked us all out. Yeah, so, again, like, this is the point. Like, this is somebody with an account. He probably came in acting like a jackass. You know what I mean? Like, I have the right to block people. Again, YouTube has policies against this. Like, this is toxic. This is malicious. This is bad. Because these are people organizing to hurt other people. I shouldn't have to explain this. Like, are you stupid? Like, I shouldn't have to explain this. Like, that's the point. Like, unless you're really dumb. And this is the point. I'm talking to average, normal, intelligent people that should not be dumb. You have a brain. So, you know, like, you should, it's very obvious that he could do this to anybody, and he will be justified to do it to anybody if you do nothing. Let me see here if I can find... I found it, 365, I found it. I found it. Here it is. I found it. This is when he was talking about you. Said, Alex did a car stream earlier, drinking his green slushie. 365, as usual, was all up in Alex's grill. Mad crushing. So, like, he's literally just, like, talking shit on you. Like, you know 365 has a wife and he's totally straight, right? Like, this kind of stuff is malicious. This is fucked up. And, again, like, alright, so this person joined 3 years ago? That's a shame. Yeah, so now we have real people 3 years ago? I don't know. I think that's one of his alts. That just goes to show how far back his alts go. Doesn't have anything on the channel. I don't know. I think that just goes to show how far back his alts go. Yeah, again, this is what YouTube's not removing. They're not removing, and again, like, he's just sitting here. Every one of these streams has my entire family over the fucking stream, and he's watching my stream while he's doing it, which is what causes the problems when he does that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we know that. We know what restreaming is. Yeah, so that's the point. Like, YouTube can't stand that. And meanwhile, he's restreaming, causing that problem. So the system detects that and causes a problem for me. That's what he's doing. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain this. YouTube should know these things. Yet, they're like, oh, there's a whole channel here of a stalker taking people's info. You know, it's like, okay, you do something about it, or you do have policies for this? Hold on, I'm not looking at. Hold on, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was talking. He made a shrine. Yeah, I know. I know, you watch them all for the most part. Like, yeah, like, that's the point. Like, a lot of people watch my stuff. This is how I know this. Like, and the point is, I'm not unwilling to help creators. You know that. I helped you a lot. The point is, I help you all stream. Yeah, like, I help you all stream a lot. Like, you'll admit that, right? You help me though too. Like, we help each other. Like, that's the point. Like, if you do this in the public's eye, there's this cancel culture now, where if you're helping each other, people don't like that. They don't want camaraderie and stuff like that. They want to cancel you. They want drama. So they cause drama for you, so they can see a TV show unfold. That's what they do. I mean, it's a certain politician that does the same thing. He causes drama just to fucking have a TV show. You even consider him a politician. So yeah, anyway, as you can see, this is a normal, you know what I mean? Like, alright, here we are an hour in. You got all these views. This is pretty normal. So why was it that when I started my stream this morning, I was streaming for, like, look at this graph. And we had healthy streams yesterday. Yet conveniently I start my stream this morning. And we sit there streaming to literally zero. And not only that, I saw a concurrent pop up 3 separate times and it not being counted this morning. And that was the point. It was like a whole fucking 20 minutes. They're not counting it. And I even showed that. And the very second that I turned to look at the screen to show you guys evidence that there was a like that I saw that happened before the concurrent happened, meaning somebody was in here long enough that they decided they liked the stream and had enough time to do that before their concurrent even counted. This is the point. I was proving to YouTube that a while back, we were streaming live but privately, and then we would let the stream go live, and I was showing that as things would update, it would actually count dislikes and stuff like that. I was showing it was counting dislikes, locking the likes at 0. That happened for so long. The locks were getting liked at 0. You saw that, 365. You saw, like, forever I was proving that my likes were locked at 0. Literally just fucking locked there. I couldn't do anything about it. I was like, I had a whole stream where I was sitting there clicking the button over and over again. It just kept saying 0. And it would never go up. And then, like, you were confirming it too, like, essentially, like, that was the point. And then, you know, like, like, this is ridiculous. As soon as I prove that something's a real problem, he just adjusts and changes what he's doing to cause a problem for me. So, like, he locked the likes at 0. So when I started proving that that we you know, that really was happening and stuff like that, and I was talking to real people about it, my real friends, what he started doing is making a lot more alts just to come in and dislike the stream. That's all I started doing. Just like all the other times, he started adjusting and doing something different. He's a scammer. That's all he is. I can't help you if you don't watch Scammer Payback, you don't watch Kit Boga, and you don't watch Scam Baiters, and you don't get informed. I can't help you. But I do. And this shit's obvious, man. You know, I'll be honest. I've been watching a stream. I watched a stream on Scammer Payback before. And right there on the Scammer Payback, right there on the stream, Pierogi himself literally told people who were watching, he said as a warning to whoever was doing it at the time that they were doing it. It was a warning too. He even said to them, we do not post people's private information on the internet. And the point is, you know, this guy, it's all he's been doing. Literally all he's been doing. And again, he just stole it off Google. So what the fuck's all that on Google? My address shouldn't be on Google. What the fuck's my address on Google? What the hell? That's Google's fault. I didn't put my address in Google. Find it fascinating that YouTube hasn't removed somebody that is literally committing crimes. Oh, it's okay. I'm probably gonna get off soon. This was just you know, heads up. I have some things to do. I'd like to stream, but you know, this is the point. The dynamic here is that you know, he's caused a real problem for my streaming, and YouTube's not doing anything about it. And you know, actually getting views and stuff off of using my pictures that he stalked, he stole my family's pictures, and then like restreaming my streams too. Like being so bold as to sit there and actually watch my stream and steal just the whole thing while I'm live. That illegal. Like, that much copyright infringement. You think it's fair use? No. No. You cannot sit there and repost somebody's stream. You can't do that. It's not what you can't do that. You can't. You know, like, that's the point. Like, you know, you think that you understand fair use? No, you clearly don't. It's not what fair use is. It's not. Fair use is fair use. You do need permission. You do. YouTube is such that typically it doesn't come down unless somebody reports it. Well, I am. Yeah, I am. And have been. Other people have, too, on my behalf. You know, like, basically trying to show that it's not just me sending the reports. There's reports being sent. So who's intercepting those reports and not doing anything with them? Yeah, the point is, I just want to get on here and have a normal stream. So, again, if you are one of those people that expects to drive down the road as fast as possible and have people move out of your way, you're a complete piece of shit. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. You don't know how to person. You don't know how to get along with others. You expect the world, and your expectations are through the roof, and you will always be unhappy. This is it. That's it. And, you know, a lot of these people, that's their mentality that are doing this. You know, they just want to blame all these other people for their problems. You know, like, this dude has a real fucking problem. And, instead of somebody helping him, instead of this breezy guy that apparently he says is his uncle or whatever, I don't even know who the fuck he is, claims to be, is supposedly somebody, yeah, okay, if you really did, you'd see the danger in what he's doing and you'd help. You'd like fucking commit the guy. Are you kidding me? He's like taking pictures from Google and addresses, and he's watching my stream so endlessly that like I can't even have a few seconds go by at the start of a stream without him doxing my address. He's that intent about looking for my streams. That's somebody with a serious problem. That's somebody that's literally sitting there 24/7 waiting for that stream to start. You know, like, this guy's got a serious problem. And it's only escalating, and YouTube's enabling it. You have a lot to say about this. Almost a decade of preparing for this kind of situation. What do you mean? Like doxing, you mean? Or just like harassment in general? Let me probably get my camera here in a minute. If you want to talk. Oh, how to deal success? Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the point. Is like, instead of it just working the way it's supposed to, you have to trick the system. And I've been pointing this out, and like obviously you know that, and I know that, and other people know that too. Like I know this, but the point is like I do the certain trick. I do a trick. I have a niche and a trick, and then YouTube lets it work for that stream, and then they de-escalate the next ones because now they know the title. Now they know what I did. You know what I mean? Like you get what I'm saying. Like the prank stream I did. Conveniently, the next one I did was less than half the views of that first one. And it was obvious that that first one should have had probably more. Yeah, and I honestly think that you should have even more than what one that you have. I mean, I think I've personally I feel like I've personally seen enough nonsense that I know flat out, you know, somebody's been causing problems for you. And I'm sure you know that too, but like this is the point. YouTube shouldn't enable such a ridiculous thing to happen. And it's all because of ads. It's all because of trackers, ads, and data flowing around everywhere. It's because their system depends on those things. For what responsibility? I've been ready. I was preparing myself a while back in case, like, because I wanted to do movie choreography, like fight scene choreography in movies and stuff. And I was preparing myself for that. I didn't necessarily want to be like the guy doing it. I wanted to be the guy training the actors and stuff like that. And I could easily do that. But yeah, obviously that didn't happen. And I am not feeling the greatest today. I'm gonna step out to the bathroom for a sec. I'll be right back. If you're gonna hang around 665, maybe I'll put the camera on. Sec though. what's up? Still there? Alright. Looks like I'll get the cam. So you notice how like there was 2 concurrents that came in and shifted out after I said about the cam. So like no sleep, like what he does is the reason that happens. I know that happens normally. The reason I mentioned that is because what I want you to realize he's doing is he's hanging out in the stream until I say certain things. And then he comes in and leaves depending on what I say, so that way, like, when I'm on the stream, it seems like people are leaving. Or he's trying to, like, he thinks, like, he's convinced me that they're leaving based on what I say or something like that. So I've just picked up on this over the years that based on what I say, this happens. So I've rationalized that, like, I know I said that it was this or that, but the point was I thought people were going to recognize that I'm smarter than that. And point out the fact that I was baiting, that I'm not an idiot, that I rely on science and fact, and I've told you guys this. And so, like, basically the point is I was drawing out what he was doing. I was showing you, look, I'm smarter than this. Figure out that I'm baiting him to do it. Pick up on that, and then when he does it, see that. He's hanging out in here. Based on what I say, he basically just kind of brings it up. Yep, there it is. From 1 to 3, and then like essentially based on certain things, just those 2 will leave. See, so those are the 2 that he sits here and he view bots with, that pop in and out at various times, and that's all I've noticed. This essentially that's the dynamic. Is essentially whatever that is that he's doing there, he wants to convince you or me, essentially, that he's popping in and out based on what I'm saying. And like, that's not the case. He's just doing it, It's just, what does that? You bring up the chat, right? So, like, essentially, he's watching the stream, but, like, he hides it, like, he leaves the chat, right? Or something like that, where he's doing something that it's not showing that concurrent, but he can still hear the stream somehow. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what he's doing. You can do that. Anyway, let me bring this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Here I am. So yeah, like, basically, obviously, like, I try to, just obviously have some sort of normal that we get back to, but, there's always some sort of adjustment, if that makes sense, that kind of gets in the way of that, and then, because of that adjustment, to avoid losing, certain audience and stuff like that, like, you have to explain a certain amount of things, there's certain explanation involved, and certain, obviously, it's, everybody knows that, just like, somebody posts something about Asman, said this, or, obviously Asman sits there and says, oh, all right, let's talk about this, like, and he brings it up on the screen, and so, like, the point is, like, even he does that, like, so everybody's sitting in here saying, don't talk about it, no, that's the trolls saying that. They're saying don't talk about it because they're trolls. They don't want people to know how reasonable I am. That's the point. No, that like you talk about drama. That's what you talk about. People like that. Now, again, my channel, I try to get away from that. So this is why sometimes, like, that's the point. I would just like randomly just find something to complain about that is a fairly legitimate problem, but you know, I'd over exaggerate a little bit to create some drama. That was the whole point, was like, you guys could have been perfectly happy with me sitting here bitching about some boss in Elden Ring or something like that, but meanwhile knowing that I know the game's perfect, I love the game, there's really nothing to complain about, but yet I'm just sitting here bitching about it. That shit's funny. That should be funny. Yet everybody's, you know, like, if I do that, you miss the point. You just like, oh, hate this guy, you know, or something like that. It's like, you miss the point. Like, I'm playing the game. God. New Normal Society 2020. If only. Yeah, I feel like does anybody else feel like this? Do you feel like, you know, kind of like each year things just get a little worse? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's like we get further each year. It's almost like it's like just a little bit further from what success is for this country. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like you can really notice firsthand where things are going. You know? Been a long time since Obama was president. It has. It's been too long. It's the last time it felt normal, in my opinion. And everybody else kind of can recognize that too. I think everybody else kind of recognized that too. 2016, 2017, 18, you had some decent years there because you're coming off a good presidency. Things turned to shit. 2000, well, we already know about COVID. We're not even fucking COVID. So like we know, and anybody smart knows what's going on. It's just people that aren't smart in denial that they aren't smart. And they're the ones with their emotions not in check, not us. And then, like, they're trying to blame it on us. No, we're trying to point out to you, you're the one with your emotions not in check. You're voting with your emotions. You're not logically deducing that you rule that fucking guy out no matter what. Yeah, I was happy Biden stepped down. But not because Trump won, because I thought it was the responsible thing to do, because I agree. But because you remove somebody that appears like they're not doing what you thought, you're not, you know, like, this is the point. Yeah, even with Biden, where ethically in so many more ways he's better, but I still say, yeah, I'm glad he stepped down because I think it was the right thing to do. And that's the point, like, nobody steps down from the most important position in the world without some sort of humility, without some sort of selflessness. Like, in that moment, he was proving he cared. That's the point. You have to realize Trump would never do something like that. That's what a leader does. A leader enables other people to lead. And they unite people, they don't divide them. And so, like, with Biden, as much as I loved him, he continued some Trump things that I didn't like that he did. That's it. For me, that was it. Yeah, like, sure, he appears old, but he actually did do some things, some good for the economy that people don't consider. It's why he kept saying Bidenomics was working. He shouldn't have, I just feel like calling it that, putting his name in it, like, people already, you know, like, it's just, it's a dynamic with people. You know, like to them it sounds cringe. You know what I mean? You have to realize these people, they're really rash. They jump to conclusions. They judge things very quickly. They say everything's cringe. Why is it cringe? Like, why is kissing in a movie cringe? Cause it bothers you. You know, like stuff like that like stuff guys can't get over. You get what I'm saying? It's like that's the point. Like, even I do that. I actually do it, but I can own up to the fact that it's wrong. Yeah, so what? Some other person might like that, but again, your opinion isn't what's wrong. You can say it's cringe. That's fine, but now if you treat other people as if their opinions don't matter and are devalued just because they would like something like that, now you're in the wrong. And this is what everybody does. This is what all of those people do that vote for Trump, is they devalue other people's opinions and stuff like that, because they are looking at them differently as people. Instead of looking at them as oh, they just have an opinion here or something like that. Very few people, I should say. For example, Asmongold is not one of these people. Where, like, he'll sit there and he'll look at both sides of the equation and he'll consider everything. Now, sometimes he gets it wrong, obviously, because we know he leans towards Trump, and so you're just going to get it wrong when you do that, and you implicitly back the guy that lies all the fucking time. You're just going to be backing the liar, and eventually you're going to get it wrong, which he did. But the point is, he's a perfect example of somebody that does consider both sides. Where like, you can reasonably look at what he says, and you can be like, well, he at least looked at it and had some sense about it and had a really good answer. That's why I'll be far more inclined to listen to what he says and watch his content and be respectful toward him, because again, he considered both sides of the equation, just didn't immediately rule it out. He actually considered it and talked about it. But yeah, there's times where his opinions, it's kind of obvious that he thinks that way because of his opinion, but I can tell he has a conscience, and this is the issue. Nobody has that conscience anymore. That the other little guy on your other shoulder, they just have the little devil. You know, they don't have the little Jesus guy on his shoulder. On your shoulder, you get a little angel that's speaking to you like, all right, selflessness, all right, giving, all right, respect, honor, integrity, all right. Like they don't have that anymore. They just have the little other little thing telling them, no, that's wrong. No, Trump's your guy. Doesn't matter if he lies. Yeah, he knows. He knows what's best. Just trust him. So, again, like, some of the most emotional people ever showed that they were super emotional when they showed up after an election that their candidate didn't win, and they stormed the Capitol and destroyed things and acted the way they did. The point is, that was a pure, obvious example of how stupid most people are. Please look at it like that. Don't look at it like people are even of normal intelligence anymore. And we're not talking about somebody that has a deficiency. So again, stop turning it into an insult. You're the one doing that with your emotions and shit like that. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, you're stupid. Get smart. There used to be a fucking show called Get Smart, and it was a comedy. Jesus. And the point was, the guy was pretty fucking stupid, but he would still get the job done. And the point is, people used to be able to admit to being stupid about shit. That's it. Why? Why is this such a big problem? You're stupid with politics. You don't get it. So Trump's very easy, simple answer to things speaks to you. That's it. Because you don't understand how it fucking works. You think 25% tariffs on 25% tariffs would somehow be a good thing. You don't know how it works then. That's it. Like, if you think that's a good thing, you clearly don't know how it works. Because if you knew, you'd know that it doesn't work that way. 25 plus 25 is just 50%. Okay? So the person that's buying that on our side of the thing, they gotta pay that. That's it. It's the law. They have to. You think they're gonna somehow make a profit now? Only if they increase prices at the store. Yeah, because fuck else are you gonna pay for that? So, like, this is the point. Like, it's literally that simple, and nobody does it. Oh, there's a problem at the border. Look into it. Is there? There's always a problem at the border. I could sit here and say all fucking day. Oh, like, I mean, Jesus. Like, there are problems in Philadelphia too. Okay. You know, you know what I mean? Like, there's problems down the street too. Okay. So talk about them. What are they? Oh, it's a crisis. All these people. Okay, but all these people. Give me numbers. Let me look at how bad it is now versus before. Speak in fact. When did it start? How is it happening? Again, like, you just, like, freak out. You're just claiming these people are coming over and, like it just all sounds very racist. That's the point. Like, you just say these things, and again, like, you don't use numbers, you don't fucking, you just want a wall and you want to keep them out. That's how it fucking sounds. You don't say anything else. And again, remember, history did this before. It was called Nazis, and it was called the fucking Berlin Wall. Like, jeez, man. Like, do you remember when that came down? Like, that was the whole point behind Pink Floyd playing, like, The Wall at the wall as it was coming down. Like, that was revolutionary. Getting over that, moving on from that. And, you know, like, even Trump making even the slightest bit of remarks and stuff, pandering to Putin, letting you just letting Putin take over Ukraine. This is communism spreading to Europe. This is the point. What the fuck did our soldiers die for? The fuck was World War II for? If you're just gonna do it all over again. You're starting World War III. You vote for Trump. You start World War III. This goes down that path. He doesn't. That foreign policy doesn't match up. Talking about building walls, keeping people out. This is the divide. You don't do it. You don't speak about it that way. Like, talk about the numbers. Why is there a problem? Remember what the Canadian president said? We too see a fentanyl problem, and we too take it seriously. He's respectful. He didn't just fucking talk about Mexicans as if, like, they're dirty or something like that and they shouldn't be here. The fuck is the matter with you people? No, genuinely, you're the one with the problems. And then, like, this is the point. You show everybody that you have the problems. You show up to the Capitol and destroy shit and break laws and literally prove that every one of you that votes for Trump is a terrorist. You show up and do it. You commit acts of terror politically based. Again, your candidate lost. You can't control your emotions. That's it. You're showing your true colors. You are stupid. You are not in control of your emotions. You are desperate people being used by Donald Trump. Fuck do you think he doesn't tell you the truth? Because if he did, you wouldn't like him. That's it. Yeah, the Democrats tell you the truth. So he's not going to do that. He's going to lie to you. You're never going to know what he's doing or up to. That's why it's always fake news, and he never said that. Because he's always lying. He's not going to tell you what the fuck he's doing. You have to look it up. And this is why you're always wrong. You just believe everything he says. How hard is this? How is this a hard concept? It's not. You know, like I see the streams where like this guy gets torn apart because like he's like Trump's a bad president, debate me and stuff like that, and then people go in there and just insult him. They don't have anything to say. They don't have anything credible to say about Trump or anything he's doing. All they do is go in there and insult this guy, this streamer. And this is the point. This is why I stopped doing it too. Because they don't have anything credible. They just go in and personally insult the people. And then they just feel justified. They feel better about themselves because they've insulted somebody. They're bullies. That's it. And it comes back to this again. Them feeling a certain way about the color pink. And not having their emotions in check with like basic things. Like the guy driving down the road. And now I'm driving at the same speed as the cars in front of me. I'm matching my speed to the cars in front of me. Again, the car in front of me is still in front of me. And he's just back there swerving around all over the place. Looking around. Where do you want me to go? Why are you doing that? Why are you acting, like, why are you fucking acting nuts? Trying to cause an accident? Because you're stupid? And something happened? Like, you're stressed, something happened, you can't control your fucking emotions? Yeah. You know how many times I've been fucking stressed out and upset about something and I just calmly drive down the road? I have to do it too, you stupid jackass. Yeah, go take it out on a fucking pillow cushion. Or something like that. You don't take that shit out on the road on other people. Again, you have the problem. You know there's a problem with this country. The problem is you're all in denial that it's Trump. This is your issue. If you just fix the issue, it'd stop happening. And you realize everybody would be united again. Like they were under Obama. Most people liked him. And truthfully, even like people that even kind of now, I think people are just starting to kind of realize, like, yeah, you know what? Because this is the point. Like, enough time goes by, you start to realize, yeah, he actually did do a lot of good. Affordable Care Act, pre-existing conditions. You can't put a price on that. Trump almost brought those. By the way, Trump almost got rid of your pre-existing condition. He almost brought it back. Where insurance companies can sit here and decide just not to cover you for shit, life-saving procedures and stuff like that. It's true. And you all think that he actually cares. He almost did that. I've told you about this a million times, but John McCain is the hero, and he was a Republican. And he voted no on Trump's fucking plan that would have literally brought back pre-existing conditions and just gutted the Affordable Care Act. That's all it would have done. Gutted the Affordable Care Act, brought back pre-existing conditions. And none of you would be covered anymore. It would be way worse than Obamacare was. Way, way worse. Anytime you introduce, a universal healthcare system, there's going to be some bumps in the road, man. You got to pay for it. You got to get through the bumps. The point was to create competition so the insurance companies would stop taking control of the market. Trump wants that to happen again. You know, like I used to work at the pharmacy, man. And it was really sad. It was really sad. When I would stand there and I would ring up the guy's prescription strip. This guy is like shaking. No, I'm not making this up. This really happened. This real story. This guy's shaking. He's overweight. He's sort of kind of like probably 50s. He's shaking. Very clearly needs his insulin now. And I rang him up. It's like $11. It says it right there. I rang him up. $1,511. That's what used to happen. At the pharmacy. You know what that is, right? It's deductible. For a goddamn prescription. For insulin. Yep. This is what they used to do. At the goddamn pharmacy. I no lie, like the pharmacists, like we would all just like basically on the brink of like crying, like and upset because like this poor man is like shaking in front of us and we can't do anything about it. We physically can't dispense his prescription because he can't afford it. $1,511, $1,511. So the prescription was $11. You'd pay deductible. Why? What the fuck's insurance for then? God, what the fuck's it for then? That's a scam. God damn it, that's a scam. And the Democrats got rid of this shit. The shit the Republicans keep trying to bring back. The scams. And nobody fucking knows it because they didn't pay attention when they were younger. They don't know these things. The things their parents taught them should have taught them. They didn't. Because they didn't fucking know either. They didn't know why it was happening. That guy had no clue. He was so mad. He thought it was CVS. He's like, it's not insurance company. They told me it was fine. Blah, blah. No, like the pharmacist would get so upset. He would call the insurance company, like, and he'd go in the back. Like this time, he got pissed. He had to leave. He could not handle it. He could not. He literally, he wasn't even with CVS any much longer after that. He left. He could not handle that shit. Because the point is the volume of people that was that he was dealing with. Because that was the point. Was like it wasn't CVS's fault. It was literally just the fact that, you know, I mean, like it wasn't them. That was a good pharmacy, you know? It was literally the fact that his insurance company was charging this. And, like, oh, man, like, he had to go in the back and just, like, you know, cool off. And, like, that's the point. Like, it's like, man, this guy did this to help people. And now he's got to feel like this? This is the side of it that we were seeing. This is the side of it that I saw that none of you see. You know, I did all that. I went through that. That's the point I got out of that. Just like, nope, no to medical. Because in this country, it's a goddamn scam. It is. Family doctors don't know jack fucking shit most of the time. I'm just telling you the truth. They really don't. They don't give a shit. Most. Not all. No, you'll find some good doctors here and there, but most. Specialists, they care. They know, they have the knowledge. Because, again, a lot of these doctors aren't MDs. They're DOs, they're not even doctors, and they're allowed to prescribe. Because there'll be an MD on the plaque on the fucking thing. And then they'll just, like, have all these people making prescriptions under that one MD that isn't there. And so, like, when you have this, again, you just have a lot of people going to medical school. It's like fucking, I don't know, dollar store versions of medical school, man. Like, it's like cutting corners. It's like, very obviously, some of these people didn't finish, didn't want to finish, got tired of it, didn't feel like it, yada, yada, yada. They're lazy, whatever it is, and they just wanted to start making money. So they just didn't. And now they can make plenty of money off of doing this and stuff like that. And they just decide never to fucking finish or something like that. And they don't barely know anything. And even the medical, a lot of times, sometimes the MDs too. Yeah, or you know, they make decisions politically based too. Like, they'll actually, like, look at somebody a certain way just because they came in a certain way or something. And you start realizing that even doctors are like this. And it's like, holy shit. If this guy's treating me this way and my health is a certain way, he's not a scientist. He's not using logic. I'm going to go somewhere else. A doctor's a scientist. He should be. Yeah. And so you can't. No. When I appear smarter than you, and you're a scientist, I'm sorry, I'm out of here. I'll diagnose my fucking self. Yeah. I can't remember a single time I was ever wrong about a diagnosis. I've diagnosed friends, family, seriously. And then they go and they're like, yep, you're right. Yeah, so like, it's not that hard. It's not. It takes being smart. You know, like, do I know how to prescribe things? No. Typically know if I need an antibiotic or yada yada, anti-inflammatory, whatever. So, like, yeah, okay, so I don't have the chemistry side of the knowledge. That's the point. That's what the doctor's for. And he learns all that stuff. So you go when you know you're sick. I sure as hell. I'm getting really sick and tired of going to these urgent care places. You charge me $120 up front. Pay it. Done. Urgent care, in and out. Right? You just one flat fee. Everybody's been to a goddamn urgent care. They know what it is. One flat fee. It's not an ER. It's not a... You pay a fee. Okay, so then why is it that I've been to like 5 or 6 urgent cares? I pay a flat fee. They give me a prescription. That's it. Nothing after that. Yet, conveniently, certain urgent care that will remain nameless sends me a goddamn bill after going there for a simple sinus infection. In and out, pay the fucking $100 and some goddamn dollars, and then they send me a bill for randomly $16 in the mail after the fact. That's a goddamn scam. Like, after the fact? What the fuck did you Oh, well, we decided that the doctor's time was a little bit more valuable after the fact, and we billed you again. What the fuck are you doing? I'm not even there. What the hell are you billing me for? You billed me at the time that I visited the doctor. I was in and out. I knew what was wrong with me. I told him. He didn't have to fucking figure anything out. I literally went in there, said, sinusitis. Nose is all blocked up. Need antibiotics. Ears are fucked up too. Throat's all swollen. Chest congestion. Told him every single goddamn symptom. In and out. Oh yeah. Confirmed it. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. And then conveniently 2 months later I get the same fucking thing. Yeah. After getting a bill. Never had that happen anywhere else. Ever. Yep. Other urgent care places, they bill me, I am treated. Typically speaking, I get better. Typically speaking. I don't suddenly wake up one day and then I'm sick with the exact same thing again. Like 2 months fucking later. And then another bill was $16. That you're trying to create a paper trail for and increase over time to submit to collections. Which is what they do. You know that they're just double it every month, right? And then they submit it to collections. It's called a fucking scam. This is what every doctor does, ever. They're scam artists. Oh, you sat in here. Oh, let me, problem focused. Yeah, let me check the box for problem focused so I can bill you more. Problem focused. This is what they do. A simple sinus infection. In and out. prescription for an antibiotic. In and out. Didn't tell me I had to pay anything else. Again, I paid right up front. Right at the desk. Before I visited. Again, over $100 I handed them. And then they just get a bill later on. $16. Oh. For what? Huh? So again, if you're charging me for something, you need to tell me what it is beforehand. You can't randomly charge me for shit. Yeah, that's what like payment at the time of service means. That's why it's an urgent care. That's why. That's literally what the fuck the business model is. So again, when you're just randomly making shit up after the fact, oh, I'm just yes, again, it's like $16. What the fuck? And again, I told him, I literally called them and I told him, I called their, because I was having a reaction to the one drug, and I told him, I said, I don't even want to take this. I said, I really would like you to call in another drug for me, and he just didn't. He's just like, no, you gotta take that. And it was harsh, man. It made me, like, even kind of sicker almost. And, like, fine, like, yeah, sure, like, some of the symptoms went away and I got a little bit better, but I feel like it wasn't right. I feel like something about what he did with that prescription wasn't right, to where I'm coming back in a month. Or two. That's what I'm saying. I really think he didn't fix it. I really think he tried to continue making sure I'd stay sick. I think this is what doctors do. No, I do. I think that they under-prescribe things. You're going to prescribe me an antibiotic. Prescribe me an antibiotic. Make sure it works. Because it's very harsh on my system to do this multiple times. And you're just having me come back? No. Give me a strong enough antibiotic so it fucking works. Trust me. I want it gone. So what? The side effects? Alright, whatever. But that's the point. Like, I gotta deal with it. It is what it is. So what? I mean, it sucked. Cause like, I'll be honest with you, like, I was like throwing up and stuff from that, and I told him, I said, look, if I'm throwing up, wouldn't I have thrown up some of the pills? He's like, nah, it's fine. He's like, nah, I don't think that's enough. You're fine. It's enough of a treatment. This doctor doesn't know what he's talking about. I threw up the pills. It wasn't enough. Yeah, that's what happened. And that's my point. Like, when I call and I can clearly say that, and I know what's going on, he knows that, like, this is possible to cause, like, and again, at the pharmacy where I got it from. The funny thing is, you are supposed to take this with food, which I didn't know, and it's not on the label. So that's the pharmacy's problem too, where they didn't put the label on there that says must be taken with food. But then again, I even asked the doctor, and he was like, well, I mean, it's not that big a deal to take with food, even though I told him I'm clearly throwing up, and that's why. So this doctor's just really bad. Yeah, like, he should take that information and be like, wow, thank you for telling me, wow, you're throwing up and you didn't eat, and this antibiotic's making you throw up and you didn't eat. I should make a note of that on your chart, and then make sure that the pharmacy that dispensed that puts a little fucking food label on it. Like, he's just a bad doctor. He's literally just a bad, like, he's very obviously just a bad doctor. Like, holy fucking, like... I didn't think he was. I really didn't. Like, he seemed nice. He seemed cool. And I don't know. Me, I'd kind of adding it up. It seems that way. You know? How do you react that way? You know, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm talking to you guys about it. Like, Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the case. Yeah, that was all bad advice. This is kind of my point. This is kind of my point. And you pay over $100 for that fucking doctor visit? That's so unacceptable. And now here I am sick, basically the same thing. Fucking stupid as hell. And they said, and I have a bill from them too. And scam. Don't worry, I'm not gonna talk about the place and what place it was or anything. I'm not gonna do that. You don't have to worry. I'm not gonna put your title on the line. I'm not that much of a douche. See, that I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna put doctors' titles on the line and stuff like that. Not unless I think there's really like something really bad going on. If I think somebody just made a mistake, whatever. But as a doctor, as a scientist, you should be making mistakes. You need to be careful. It's people's lives. You have to take care of this. And just this is the problem. Like, my own doctor treats me this way. Like, when you get a doctor, they need to accept the fact that you are the age you are. You have the problems you have. And he sort of kind of treated me like most people do. Like where they, treat me like I'm not 39 years old. And that I wouldn't, when taking an antibiotic, might have some sort of reaction or something like that if I don't eat something with it or something. You know what I mean? Like, maybe when I was younger, I'm not gonna upchuck a fucking maybe. But now I sure as hell fucking did. And it was violent, man. It was violent. Yeah, my body was like, hell no, what is this shit? It was like, hell no. Yeah. Sorry, I just started ranting there, I guess, about the health situation, but it's pretty bad. I mean, as you can tell by my voice getting worse here as I talk. And it is all right there. It's so stupid. All because of our health situation here in this country. You know what I mean? All because it's shit. And thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I only have the one, and it's probably 365. Don't know, but I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys are still watching my little rants about the health industry. Yeah, some people just run scams, man. You know, like if they have a business where they can regularly get away with charging you a little bit more for something, you know, some people will do that. They'll just run scams. And it's hard to find a business anymore where like somebody's not ripping you off in some way. You know, even this Christian organization I worked for, and they claim to be Christian and stuff like that. It's like very odd. It's ripping people off all the time. It's just charging too much for stuff. Like just very, very obviously too much for stuff, certain stuff, and just ripping people off all the time. And they're like, yeah, we're Christians. What's this like? Wow. Yeah. Did you know that the cost manufacturing, like anybody with a 3D printer should know. You would probably know. Like the cost of manufacturing these, like half of these things that you have that are like super expensive, absurdly expensive, is next to nothing. Because of you know, massive assembly line manufacturing the way it is today. You know, you know just how easy they can mass produce electronics, plastic, and really anything on an assembly line, even cars. And like we're as Americans, we're sitting here and we're actually arguing about whether tariffs are a fair deal. Come on, man. When are you gonna get a clue? Nothing's a fair deal in this fucking country. Nothing. It hasn't been a fair deal since the 90s. So why are you trying to claim that it is? Like, that type of thinking is not a fair deal. It's not how it's obtained. You don't force people to do things, and that's a fair deal. It's like literally the contrary. It's literally the very fucking opposite of a fair deal. Well, let's force Canada to pay more on tariffs. That sounds like a fair fucking deal to me. Well, then they forced us to pay more. So, like, that's the point. Like, it wasn't fair. There was nothing fair about that. Like, imagine you're Canada. Imagine you're the Canadian president. You just live in Canada. Imagine if you didn't live here and you were them. Like, this is what nobody does. Nobody does this. You think of yourself as Americans, and you don't literally just think of these people as people. We are the human race. Treat people with respect. They deserve it. Canada's always had our back, man. And they always would. And this is how we treat them. No. First time around, he let it go. He even said, I won't hold Americans responsible for the shit that Trump does. Basically is what he said. Now this time, he's holding you responsible. This time he is. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Not at all. I respect him. That's what you should do. That's what I would do. I respect him. He's a good leader. That's what Trump should do. That's the point. He's causing that divide. Why wouldn't he loosen the tariffs? Oh, well, build relations, loosen the tariffs. Maybe they'll make imports cheaper, and you can talk to each other, and that's the way it works. Friendly with people, they loosen relations. You don't impose tariffs and be like, here, pay this, because that's a fair deal. That's called not meeting with them and giving them a fair deal. That's called just forcing them to pay tariffs. That's what he did the first time, too. And their goods and their prices in the grocery stores went up. And they didn't hold us accountable. They were like, well, we won't, the president, and people, he took a lot of heat for that. He took so much heat because you guys know you would do that to Biden or anybody else that did that to us, too. Yet, he did it for you. And he appeared to his people to look like he was pandering to the needs of Americans more so than Canadians. So he didn't fucking do it the second time around. He stuck up for his country like he should. That's respect, man. I think that man's a stand-up individual. I think for him to do what he did, knowing what type of person Trump is, knowing it wasn't our fault, that took some fucking balls to tell his people, look, it's not their fault, man. They're stupid. They're misinformed. Now, the second time around, you're just stupid. You had plenty of time to know that and what he saw, the insurrection at the Capitol when Biden won and you just couldn't handle it. Nah. You lost the favor of anybody respecting this country or thinking that you're men. You don't look like men. You look like a bunch of fucking sissies wearing dresses. That's what you look like. It's true. You're not men when you do that. You don't have balls. You've castrated yourselves. That's it. You couldn't handle that Biden won the election. So you started destroying shit and trying to claim you were going to kill Nancy Pelosi and all these. It's like, wow. Yeah, you're showing the world how crazy Americans are. Good job. Meanwhile, that's not all Americans. It's just those fucking crazy people. Those crazy, desperate people that don't have the fucking slightest clue what's going on because they're stupid. That's it. And you just literally just won't admit how stupid you are. You have like some really emotional problem with being called stupid that you can't admit it to yourself. You just get mad instead of being smarter and choosing, like, you are of normal intelligence, average brain. Look shit up. You're not autistic. You don't have a mental deficiency, so there is no fucking excuse for you to be this misinformed and continue voting for Donald J. Trump. There's no excuse for that. I mean, flat out. The point is, I would say the same thing with Biden. As much as I don't see it that way with certain things with him, I appreciate what he did because that's the point. I was even kind of sort of dissatisfied that he continued the tariffs. Though I'll admit, from my position, I don't know how he wasn't supposed to because I think that he had to. I think he had to sign off on it because Congress wanted to continue them. A Republican-controlled Congress, I think, right? So I'll be honest, I don't know that was necessarily his fault, that he just had to sign off on it. I think he could have vetoed it, but I'm not sure. So that's the point. Like, even I'll admit, when my guy does this, like, I can do that, but you can't. And Biden wanted to be president in the last years of his life so that he could be remembered as the guy that's falling over and frail and can barely talk? No. Of course not. No, he didn't want that. He did it because, again, he felt that he needed to prevent Trump from getting into the position again. And yeah, this is really, really causing a lot of damage to our country this time. This really is. He knew this was going to damage the country, and you're seeing it. I mean, you have randomly Elon Musk just going in and shutting things down for no reason whatsoever. And then meanwhile, he just prints up some fucking stupid-ass receipt and calls it evidence and has this stupid lady doing the White House briefings hold up a fucking piece of paper. Okay. Like, it's the same thing as the goddamn executive orders. Okay, you can fucking sign a piece of paper and hold it up and say it's this. Doesn't mean it is. Guys, here. Listen. This is the Declaration of Independence right here. Yep, I stole it. This is the real one. Yep. I stole it. It's the real Declaration of Independence. Yep, it's right here. See? This is what this is what the back of the Declaration of Independence looks like. It actually just has a picture of Itachi on it. Yeah. The back of the Declaration of Independence just has a random poster of Itachi on it. You know. So, you know, it's the Declaration of Independence, guys. Yeah. This is what Trump's doing with the fucking executive orders. And you're so stupid. You're literally this fucking dumb. That's how dumb that looks to me. That's how fucking dumb that looks. Executive Order 112. This is for this. Okay. Great. Can I please read that so I know what it actually says and what it does? Like, what? Look it up. Yeah. They have to report him. Look it the fuck up. This is why, again, there needs to be a reading comprehension test for people that vote in this country. If you can't pass a certain reading comprehension test, you need to have your voter rights just until you can pass that test. It should be just like a driver's license, should be just like anything else that's regulated to make sure that you don't fucking damage the country because you're a fucking moron. You know, just like people that are blind can't drive a fucking car. There's a very good reason for that. Yeah, just to let you guys know, there's a really good reason for that. Yeah, like blind people can't drive a car. There's a really good reason for that. And again, you know, making sure people know how to operate the vehicle, pass a test and stuff like that. There's a very good reason for that, just like there's a very good reason for speed limits. You know, just because, again, like, all of us want to be able to drive down the road and have our family and feel safe and stuff like that, not some lunatic driving down the road as fast as he can, swerving back and forth behind me, trying to pressure me to drive faster, because again, there's fucking speed limits for this. We live in a society with laws and regulations, so that way you can be safe. The fact that I have to explain what these things are for, it shows how stupid most people are. You've forgotten why you even have government. People are so dumb, they're actually questioning and wondering what the government does. Like, you're actually so dumb that you would suggest that not exist? You're stupid. You don't know what the government does for you then. You're dumb as shit. Yep, you're stupid. Because again, you just jump to conclusions. Again, if the government didn't exist, all that would happen is just like that episode of Family Guy, where it was all fucking chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. They decided that Quahog wasn't going to have a fucking government anymore. Loved it. Great episode. Because it's exactly what would fucking happen. And then like, just chaos. People are breaking shit. Everyone's pissed at each other. There's no police. There's no funding for anything. Nobody's organizing anything. And then eventually Peter just, he's like, hey, everybody just stop. Stop. Okay? I've got it figured out. I know what we can do. Okay, we everybody can get along and be happy, and we can all have our own stuff in our own lives if we just do a couple of things, okay? Now let me explain, okay? We need to make sure we have a guy for this. And we got to have a guy for this. And then, you know, there's to be a guy that regulates, make sure the kids can get to school and regulates the school systems to be teaching kids. And, you know, we got to have a guy to make sure that people don't steal stuff. And, like, basically it was very obvious that in the most basic level, all that's going to fucking happen is anarchy and chaos until eventually people realize they don't like it anymore. It's a living hell. And you would literally die. Your family would die. Plenty of people would die. It's terrible. It would be awful. It would be anarchy, chaos. And literally, it would just start over. You would just decide you need government. Eventually, it would just take over. People would just start taking action. It would just reassemble itself. And it may not be the government you want it to be. Remember all the years we spent having fucking slavery in this country and all the other things that we let go on. You start to realize why some of these people want to reset. Because they want to go back to these, you know, taking away women's rights and stuff like that with reversing Roe versus Wade and shit. You start realizing what these assholes are trying to fucking do. Yeah, trying to go back to a time when civil rights didn't exist. Yeah, it was like, we fought for that, man. Soldiers died for that. Real people died for that. Country is built on immigrants. We accept all people. That's it. Period. I mean, I could think like so many people that, you know, have impacted me over the years that were really, really good people that are of, you know, like they're Americans, but, you know, like their heritage is somewhere else. You know, they're either Jewish, they're, you know, African, Asian, you know, whatever it may be. You know, all of these different ethnicities over the years, it doesn't matter. So what? They're people. I just don't understand why, like, people do this. And very obviously segregate and cause problems. Like, people aren't here in gross numbers illegally. They're just not. You just want to believe that because you want somebody to blame for all the shit. I just actually claiming that too, and then it's like, oh, we have to, or we're not gonna have a country anymore. Like actually saying that, like deporting a bunch of people, and then we're gonna have to do this, or we're not gonna have a country anymore. Like you that's a really racist statement, man. And aside from that, criminals are people too. The point is to help them. You know, this is the problem with this country. We don't look at correctional facilities like correctional facilities. We throw people in there and leave them rot. Help people. Usually somebody did something because they're upset, desperate. They need something. Help them. Get better. Why would you help a criminal? Why wouldn't you? What the fuck? I'm not talking about helping him do criminal things. I'm talking about helping him. I'm talking about being human. Like relating to people. You know, not all those guys are serial killers. Yeah, like, alright, fine, you kill somebody, you're a goddamn psychopath. I understand that. Like, some people can't be reasoned with, I get it. But I mean, jeez, like, some people just get hanged with so much red tape. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. And then there's rich people like Donald Trump that can do real things that are like actually illegal and stuff like that. Over and over and over and over and over and over, and just get the courts to overturn it. Because he's rich. So, like, you're going to help that guy that's constantly hurting the country. You're going to elect that guy, again, because, this guy appears to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's appearances. And so you're going to help that guy, but the guy, you know, like, oh, the face tattoos. And so you're going to be super judgmental of these people. And stuff like that. No, again, like, yeah. There's a difference between certain, you know, like, obviously, like, I'm talking people that have a heart. I'm talking, like, all right, there's some sort of conscience in you left, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, like, not psychopaths. Like, obviously, like, you help them, too. Put them in a goddamn padded room. But help them to the point where they don't, you know, harm themselves or anybody else. You don't put them in a fucking jail to sit there and go psychopath on everybody else in there. What the fuck's the matter with you? Like, it's just ridiculous how terrible the system is. It's awful. There's so many awful things. I mean, it is already awful. Our education system was already basically a jail. That's how people looked at it. Like, I know when I went to school, I felt like it was a jail. And I felt like there were times that the school ignored bullying and very blatant attempts to do exactly what people do on this platform, you know, like bully, undermine, harass, and you know, like, just even when I went to school, this happened. And I, you know, like, the point is, I went to a small school where there was almost never a fight and stuff like that, and it's still, the bullying still happened. And the point is, like, even back then when things were better, it was happening. Can you imagine now, like, as things are getting worse, people can just post on the internet, social media, embarrass people? Can you imagine now how bad it probably is? This is it. It's internet shaming. That's everybody's anxiety. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. That is all anybody fears anymore. No, even these billionaires. That's the point. They sit here and they hang on to every word. Somebody's talking about him. What's he saying? What's he saying? You know, these are some of the most entitled fucking people on the planet. And that's the point. Oh, he should just have every control to simply ignore what somebody's saying, just as anybody else does. Yet he wants to be able to shut people up. Well, like, I mean, I guess if I was, like, stalking and taking pictures and posting streams and sharing relationships and typing the names over the pictures, well, then I could understand being upset. That I could then I could understand. obviously that's a problem. Obviously. Then I can understand. It's ridiculous, man. I should probably get going. You get stuff to do. Thanks for watching 365. I don't know when you left. Maybe you're busy, in and out, whatever. I'll be honest with you. Part of the reason I talk politics sometimes and I look at things reasonably and center the road and stuff, and I sit here and I do this, is because people do listen. You know, if this guy that likes Trump so much and he's talking me so much, very obviously making it politically based and stuff, wasn't affected by it, he wouldn't do those things. It's literally that simple. So, you know, I do make a difference. People do listen. Yeah, I definitively have had many people over the years tell me that part of the reason that they're willing to talk to me about politics in real life, I'm not talking about on my channel, I'm talking about real life. Part of the reason that they're willing to talk to me about politics is, you know, because I don't treat them that way. You know, like, I'll sit here and I'll be like, well, then you're stupid if this is hypothetical. If this, then yes, then you're stupid. But the point is, I'm not directly calling anybody stupid unless you come in here and you say something fucking stupid. I'm just, okay, yeah, there it is. But, like, the point is, no, not in person, no. And, like, I would never want anybody to feel that way. That's the point. Like, the point is, to generalize it so that the people that know who they are and might hear the message might think, well, alright, maybe I just need to get a little smarter or something like that so that they can actually talk to me about this. The point is to motivate them. Well, fine, I'll get smarter then. He wants me to get so smart, I'll learn all about this. And then maybe they do, and then they go, oh, he's right. Shit. That's what I'm hoping. Because I'll be honest, this is why I think certain streamers have watched me. Because I'll be honest, I think I pushed some buttons sometimes with some of the stuff I said. And it's the sort of thing where, like, I'm pretty sure he probably looked it up. I'm pretty sure he probably looked it up. And he's like, fuck, he's right. And so you have to rationalize, then that sparks, you know, a certain amount of, I'm gonna make a video and watch as much Trump stuff as possible and agree with them. And that's what they do. So, like, instead of changing their opinion and trying to, like, see things a certain different way, they just go, nope, I like this guy. Nope, I'm not gonna change my mind. And that's dangerous, man. It's a dangerous thing to never change your mind and adapt and evolve to you know, society as things happen. Just saying. I'm just trying to be helpful. Anyway, I'm probably gonna get off here. How long have I been on here? Almost 3 hours? Shit, man. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks 365 for coming in the chat, man. Give me someone to talk to. But yeah, anyway, thanks. Appreciate it, guys. 2 concurrents right at the end.